So I don't know if anyone can hear me, but I'm just coming out here to talk about some spiritual realizations I'm having, and I think y'all will like these. They're really cool. So the first one I'm having is the realization that determination, like the ability for other people to determine something for you, is bullshit. It's actually a lie. And I'll tell you how I got caught up in this lie. Right? So if there is no lie, what's the opposite? It means that only you can really determine anything for you, truthfully. People can only nurture you and take care of you, but only you can determine what's real and what's not. In truth, what you're doing is you're determining what they're determining is true. You're just copying what they say and then making your own truth. But there is no real rules to what has to be true. You follow me? So anyway, I got caught up in this lie from being in organized religion from a very young age. At a very young age, I was convinced that I had to believe in something, and if I didn't believe in it, then I would miss out on a great opportunity. But I wasn't able to determine how much of a believer I was. Other people were the ones telling me and trying to confirm to me how much belief I had exuded in this particular dimension of life. You know, uh, it'd be like a lot of old ladies, pastors, elders, my mother, my father, being like, "Oh, you don't believe enough. Oh, that's just right. Oh, that's how you praise the Lord." A lot of these affirmations and gratuitous notions that I accepted as a child because I was just too young to really perceive anything else, truthfully. So, yeah, this probably looks horrible. Yeah, I can't make it any better. It's just how it is, right? Maybe I can lower the brightness. Yeah, it's not helping. Oh well. Just listen to this, I guess. But anyway. And so I grew up in this notion that I needed to believe something, but I wasn't able to determine if I had reached that milestone. If I decided I reached the milestone, then the things that I was using as for external validation would invalidate me. And so I felt trapped, because as a child you don't perceive your own power. And that's kind of the real problem here is I couldn't perceive my own power for so long. And so I was fucked. And so even when I joined the spiritual community and I started manifesting consciously, seeing synchronicities, talking to spirits, I still had this belief in the back of my head that I was looking for something else out there to validate and determine for me if I had done enough. Was I worthy enough? And so I see now that that's some kind of bullshit. Hello, Coco, Mama Coco. We're talking about how we allow other people to determine what's true and what's right for us. And so I'll use whoever's in the chat. Hello, soft girl. Oh my God, 14 people. Fuck you, guy. Fuck you, guy. Watkins. Whatever. Anyway, I'm still cooking, even with two people in the chat. I don't care. Two. Anyway, so talking about deterministic worldviews. In any case, though, where was I going with this? Yeah, it's true though. We see this in regular reality. Thank you, Coco Mama. Guys, subscribe. I talk about shit like this all the time, and I also do piano live streams. I'll probably do one later. But yes. Anyway, so in lieu of all this, right? So where do we go from here? How do we reclaim our power after so many years of literally listening to someone else tell us if we measure up or not? It's so fucking frustrating. If you understand me, then you understand me. It's so fucking frustrating to constantly feel like you need someone else to measure you up to know if you're good enough. Oh my God, am I at the right size? Am I doing this correctly? It becomes so much pressure. Doing live streams and just talking to people becomes heavy. It becomes overwhelming. Just taking action feels like you're fucking either gonna make it or break it. Literally, it feels like life or death, and it becomes overwhelming for the average human being, in my opinion. And so I've decided that, like, even when I do live streams, I can't care if anyone's in the chat. Like, there's people here, I'll say hello, but I really am doing this because it just feels good to like talk about this shit. And it's more, I have more of a spiritual audience than I do a human audience these days anyway. But like, how do we go about getting our power back? And I think the answer lies in just radical powerfulness, in a sense. Like radical powerfulness, where you just basically take your power back in such a radical and demanding way that's absolutely and completely radical. Like radical meaning that it's fundamentally shifting. Like it shifts you at a fundamental level. So this isn't just like a perspective shift. This isn't just a visualization. This isn't a mindset. This is literally how you perceive your own existence. And I see that this is really the only way out. Because if everything's vibration and you are the controller of vibration, that's what consciousness is, the ability to control vibration, control existence and the flow of it, then nothing can really hold you back. Like the only thing that can hold you back is yourself. But like going straight into your full power is actually kind of conceivable from the timelines that we've been living. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels kind of trippy at first. But the more you kind of ease into it, the more you kind of realize that like your power is yours. And you're the only power that's here. And that's the trippy thing. I think when people say like it's your power, the words don't click. It's like saying that I have power and you have power. It's like no. We have the same power. And the power is actually like sort of like a singular entity that we're both tapping into. If that makes any sense, rather than being two separate systems of energy. It's the same conscious connection, so to say. Very interesting. And so if I use the power, then you automatically use the power because we're both connected to the same thing. And so in this worldview, you no longer have to fear hurting people or being too powerful for your own good or any other bullshit, really, because you're approaching the world from a much different standpoint. Like, instead of seeing yourself as becoming all-powerful, you're just sort of taking power back for all of us. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Because if I use more of the power, then it inspires you to use more of the power. Well, assuming that these people aren't being fucking mind-controlled and other bullshit that's going on the planet. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. I thought that was really interesting. It's kind of loud over here, so I'm going to end it right now. I'll probably come back on later. But yeah, thank you guys.